Hi, Recovery Girls. I'm Kristin. I am struggling with feeling sad today. One of my dearest friends in the world, who I've known for 9.5 years, and we've done a lot of life together. She was my cycling buddy and has been so important in my life in so many different ways. She is moving today to New Zealand for 2 years. And though I'm so happy for her following the plan God has for her life, I am so sad that she's leaving. And she came over last night to say goodbye, and we hugged and we cried, and I've been really reflective on a lot of our memories together. And, my instant response to grief is to want to get really busy and not feel it because it's so painful. And last night I knew that I needed to do self-care instead of feeling my feelings because I needed to transition into getting ready to go to bed, and I didn't want to get myself super upset, and I'd had a really full day. But this morning, I knew I needed to get to it. Well, instead of immediately getting into it, to my grief work and spending time with God, I got busy. Fortunately, I did stop my busyness and get into my grieving. It's just such a pattern for me to not want to go there with painful feelings and feelings of loss. And one thing I am meditating on is my issue with scarcity mentality. That was planted in me from childhood, growing up in an alcoholic family, and I think it just is deeply ingrained in our culture in a lot of ways too. So the main way I feel scarcity in my life today as a mom of 3 kids and working and all the things that I have going on in my life is with time. So I often, probably multiple times a day, have a sense of feeling like I'm either being choked or like I'm drowning. Excuse me. It's like feeling like there's never enough time to get the things done that I want to do. And my husband pointed out to me, that's because there is never time to get everything done that you need to do. But there is enough time to get done what God has for me today. And another place that I feel scarcity is with love and friendship. And so, for example, with a friend moving away, I tend to focus on the huge gap that's going to be left and how am I going to experience the joy and the connection with somebody that I had with this friend. How is that hole in my life going to be filled? And I tend to have a natural bent towards focusing on the gap and the hole and the loss. And this is the tricky thing, is that I do need to feel those feelings and I do need to grieve that she's leaving. But I also can reframe the whole experience and look at it this way. I am so blessed that God gave me such an incredible friend and that I have so much love in my life. I can also look at it this way. God is moving her on to other things, and He is opening up a space in my life. Maybe He has other friendships, other gifts, other ways He wants me to use that time and live out my journey where that hole is going to be left. And so instead of camping out on the scarcity and on the fear of the loneliness that I'll feel because of the gap that this friend moving away is going to leave in my life, I am choosing to certainly feel my feelings and grieve the loss, but I'm also choosing to believe that God is opening up space for something else. I really do believe, and I've learned this a lot through recovery, that God is a God of abundance, that He has good gifts for me and good plans for me. And sometimes there's pain involved with His plan. Not that He wants me to be in pain, but it's just part of this broken world that we live in. And He ends up using that pain somehow to shape my life in a way that's going to make me the best version of me possible. So today, instead of focusing on the scarcity, I choose to focus on the abundance. And I am so thankful to be on this recovery journey with you.